extra effort and commitment to demonstrate teamwork in the Air Force's core values, service to country. Given by Chaplain Lee.
Everyone, as I pray according to my faith tradition, I encourage you to pray according to yours. Lord of all creation, we have gathered here today to observe the time-honored custom of retreat for our nation's colors, the signal of the ending of the official duty day, and a time to pay respect to our flag. May the stars and stripes ever be a beacon of light, liberty, and hope for all who set their sights upon it. And may the colors forever be etched in our minds as a symbol of the sacrifice and dedication of all those who have served before us. Each day as our airmen pause from their duties during the sound of the bugle, may they be mindful of the generations who have fought before them and paved the way for them to now walk upon. This morning, the Wolfpack of the 331st Training Squadron prepared to graduate from basic military training and receive their deployment. BMT hasn't been easy, but they have persevered. Coming as individuals from all different walks of life, they have learned how to lead the way forward and have finished as a team. They have experienced what it looks like to demonstrate integrity, put personal desires to the side, and do their best in all they do. Thank you for your watchful eye over them, Lord. Would you grace us with your presence today in this place? In your holy name we pray. Amen.
I'd like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony. The Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training and 1990 graduate of Basic Military Training, Colonel Jeff Pixley, accompanied by his wife, Andrea. The Acting Senior Enlisted Leader, Air Force Basic Military Training and 1998 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Antonio-Lackland. The Graduating Squadron, the Commander, 331st Training Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Josh Hardin. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 331st Training Squadron and 1990 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Tawana Hannibal. With us today, the Commander, 914th Air Refueling Wing and 1989 graduate of Basic Military Training, Colonel Laura Morrison. The Command Chief, 914th Air Refueling Wing and 1983 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Donald Scott Peters. The Commander, 433rd Airlift Wing, Colonel Terry McLean. Weather Functional Manager, Pacific Air Force Command, and 1998 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Whitfield Jack. The Command Chief, 931st Air Refueling Wing, and 1990 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Lorna Major. The Command Chief, 7th Bomb Wing, and 2002 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Matthew Poltron. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737 Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Master Sergeant Tawana Hannibal will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Good thought my mic was off for a minute. Congratulations to our graduates. But before I go further, let me recognize one of my wingmen, Senior Master Sergeant Roger A. Bailey, the Commandant for Military Training Instructor School. I would love to thank her for stepping in with the Wolfpack while leaving her own formation for almost 2 weeks to help us during a critical time. And she is also responsible for the greatness you see here this morning. Let's give them all a hand. 331st trainees, the men and women who have come before you, have airlifted troops and supplies into the jungles of Vietnam. They have executed precision airstrikes in the deserts of Iraq and Afghanistan, delivered humanitarian aid to villages in Africa and South America. They have launched missiles and flown satellites, defended airstrips and strengthened partnerships. They have stood on the North Pole, the South Pole, and everywhere in between. Today, as you stand here, having transitioned from civilians to recruits to trainees, and now preparing to take over the watch and continue the legacy by donning the title of Airman in our United States Air Force. I want you to briefly reflect on your who and your why. Who is the person? Who are the people who motivated you to step out, defying the odds, less than 1%, and dare to join our Air Force? Whose faces strengthen you to push through, driving through one more lap, one more mile, one more push-up, one more inspection, when you wanted to do nothing more than to give up? Why did you show up on day one and every day after? Well, probably because your military training instructors got a hold of you at that point, and you had no choice. But why did you even get on the bus in the first place? Why did you raise your right hand and boldly follow the instructions of that commissioned officer at MEPS who said, raise your right hand and repeat after me? I ask these questions because as you bask in the glow of this accomplishment, I want you to never lose sight of your long-term goals. And I want you to never forget who supported and who supports you. If I was a betting woman, I would bet that many of the who and much of the why is represented right here today in the form of your loud, proud family. It is important that you remain grounded and prepare yourself to enter into phase 2 of the most rewarding journey of your life. I mean, you woke up in the world's greatest squadron, prepared to join the world's greatest Air Force. What more could you really ask for? But as you prepare to cross into this great Air Force, you will now join the ranks of men and women whom you will soon come to refer to as your Air Force brothers and sisters. Finally, I leave you with this. You are joining a team that will look to you to define the character of our Air Force for years to come. We have the utmost faith in you because every time you recite the Airmen's creed, you adamantly proclaim, you will not fail, and we believe you. As your senior enlisted leader, I hereby acknowledge your completion of all graduation requirements and have recommended to Colonel Pixley and Chief Cardona that you receive your coveted Airman's coin, which signifies your transition today from trainees to airmen. Congratulations. may proceed.
At this part of the ceremony, the military training instructors will distribute the venerable Airman's coin, and for the first time, distinct Space Force coins to our Space Force graduates. The lore of military coins has many colorful suspected origins. However, a popular story stems from World War I, where American volunteers formed flying squadrons in France during the Great War. One of the volunteers was a wealthy lieutenant who took great pride in his service and had medallions cast in bronze, with his squadron's emblem on them. He gave those medallions to every member of his unit. Not long after, one of the pilots was shot down behind enemy lines and was captured by a German patrol. The German forces confiscated the pilot's possessions except for the pilot's medallion that he wore around his neck. While in confinement in a small French village, the captured pilot took advantage of a nighttime bombardment by the Allies. He donned civilian clothes and escaped after crossing the front lines to safety. He came across a French outpost where he was initially thought to be a saboteur until he showed them his unit coin. The French forces recognized the unit emblem, and instead of any harsher treatment, he received a bottle of wine. Today, several military units have developed their own coins and specific rules for them. Many organizations give out their unit coins to recognize outstanding performances and achievements. The coins the airmen and space professionals receive today are unique in that they originate here at the gateway to the Air Force and are only given to those who complete this rigorous course of instruction. On one side of the Airman's coin, the original emblem of the Air Force resides as envisioned by General Henry Hap Arnold, one of the first military aviators and later commander of the Army Air Forces in World War II. Beneath the emblem, the year 1947, the birth date of the United States Air Force, and around the rim of the coin, the core values of the Air Force: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the newly recognized emblem of the Air Force, a symbol that honors the heritage of our past and represents the promise of our future. The emblem retains the core elements of the Henry Hap Arnold emblem, the Arnold wings, and the star within a circle. The modern effect of the emblem reflects our Air and Space Force today and into the future. Inscribed in a half circle above the contemporary Air Force emblem is the Air Force motto, "Aim high, fly, fight, win." And on the border of the coin, a reminder to all who see this is inscribed, "Awarded on the occasion of becoming an airman in the world's greatest Air Force." The Space Professional coin also has a distinctive design. On one side, it displays the original emblem of the Space Force, the Delta, which was first used by space units in 1961 and honors the heritage of the United States Space Force. Beneath the emblem is the year 2019, the birth date of the United States Space Force. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the Space Force motto, Semper Supra, which translates to always above. This represents the Space Force's role in establishing, maintaining, and preserving our nation's dominance and freedom of operations in the space domain. On the coin's border is a commemorative inscription that reads, "Awarded on the occasion of becoming a charter member of the United States Space Force."
Squadron will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 37th Training Wing and Air Force Basic Military Training. First, let me say thank you to all the family and friends joining us today. 7.5 weeks ago, your loved ones departed home, set on a journey into the United States Air Force. Today marks that day that they officially become airmen. Your support has pushed these airmen to successfully complete basic military training and to join the world's greatest Air Force. They showed up with all kinds of hairstyles, different clothes, and probably the whitest eyes I'd ever seen when they met their military training instructor. But I promise you, after many repetitions of folding their laundry, making their beds, countless hours of drill, and lots of mentorship from their instructors, I'm proud to say that they've made it to the end. It is my distinct honor to introduce the 738 Airmen from the 331st Training Squadron as our nation's newest airmen. Wolfpack. Over the last 2 months, your military training instructors and flight commanders have asked a lot of you and held you to a high standard. Your Wolfpack instructors are extremely dedicated to their craft and are at the very best at what they do. Family and friends, please help me show the instructors how much we appreciate their efforts. These Wolfpack instructors have worked tirelessly over the last 2 months, providing these airmen with a world-class instruction that lays a solid foundation of what it means to be an airman. Instructors, thank you for your dedication and tireless effort to shaping the future of our Air Force. Pack, tomorrow, you will raise your right hand and swear to defend the Constitution against all enemies. Today, while you're with your family and friends, think about what that means to you. Think about what that oath you take tomorrow, what it means to you and to your loved ones. It is an awesome responsibility. And make no mistake, like we talked about yesterday, no matter what your career field is, you are a warrior. You have a critical role in defending our country and enabling our leaders to meet the United States national objectives. Even if you're not at the tip of the spear, you will be a key enabler to the world's greatest Air Force. Remember, as you leave us and depart for technical training, build on that foundation of what your MTIs have laid out for you. Take care of your wingman and become the airman we know you can be. I won't lie, there will be tough days in your future, but there will also be some of the best days you've ever had. Never forget why you volunteered to be part of this Air Force family and what it means to be a member of the Wolfpack. It's been my honor to be your first commander, and I know you will excel throughout your career, just as you've done here in the Wolfpack. I look forward to seeing you all out and about within our Air Force, doing all the great things that I know you're destined to accomplish. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Joshua Hawley. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to take this opportunity to recognize basic military training's most outstanding performer. Someone who demonstrated their ability to successfully navigate all assessments, testing their physical abilities, academic aptitude, and adaptability to the military environment through multiple progress checks. This airman has surpassed all others in the challenges of training and has earned the distinction of being the top graduate of this class. The top graduate is from Flight 671, Airman James Mahan. His recruiter is Staff Sergeant Thomas Jarvis from Houston, Texas. As our top graduate leads us through the Airman's Creed. Instructors, place your flights at attention.
I am an American Airman!
I am a warrior! I have answered my nation's call! I am an American Airman! My mission is to fly, fight, and win! I am faithful to a proud heritage, a tradition of honor, and a legacy of valor! I am an American Airman, guardian of freedom and justice! My nation's sword and shield is century and avenger! I protect my country with my life! I am an American Airman, wingman, leader, warrior! I will never leave an airman behind! I will never falter, and I will not fail!
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Instructors, place your flights at ease. This morning, we honor our heritage of military customs and traditions as we welcome our newest airmen into the ranks of the Department of the Air Force. There are two purposes for this morning's retreat ceremony. The retreat ceremony is a solemn event conducted at every United States military installation around the globe. It signifies the end of the official duty day, and today is symbolic of the end of training for our graduates. But more importantly, it is to pay respect to our nation's flag. When we offer our respect for our flag and to our national anthem, we have an opportunity to reflect on the democratic principles that have made our nation great. The meaning of freedom, dignity of the individual, the pursuit of happiness, and national unity all come to mind when we think of our flag. It is the symbol of our nation to the world. Military members have a special bond with the flag. These airmen are part of the flag's tradition because they symbolize the spirit and sacrifices of the military and the dedication to the defense of this great nation and the principles it represents. When we salute the flag as it is lowered, we ask that you think. Think about the flag flying over Arlington and other national cemeteries. Think about the flag being carried into combat by the service members who preceded us. Think about the freedom Americans enjoy today, freedom without precedent in the history of the world. The men and women who stand before you today represent the projection of the strength behind our flag. Our flag security detail consists of members from the graduating squadron, led by Technical Sergeant Daniel Fitzpatrick. Our Commander of Airmen is Master Sergeant Ronald Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the sounding of retreat and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem.
Down! Retreat! Squadron! Aye! Order! Order! Halt!
The flag stands for peace, honor, truth, justice, and freedom. In the armed forces of the United States, during the ceremony of retreat, the flag is lowered, folded in a triangle fold, and kept under watch throughout the night as a tribute to our nation's honored dead. The next morning, it is brought out at the ceremony of reveille. The flag has been torn to strips and used as bandages for wounded combatants on the battlefield. It has been placed in the trembling arms of a grieving parent at the grave of their fallen son or daughter. It has flown at half-staff to honor our military members. The flag has flown in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. It has flown at Valley Forge, Shiloh, and Gettysburg. It was there at San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, in the Argonne Forest, Anzio, Rome, on the beaches of Normandy. It was waved at Okinawa, Korea, Vietnam, Somalia, Kuwait, Iraq, and in Afghanistan. The flag has been burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries that America has helped set free. Yet, it remains invincible.
Sir, flag is secure. Tie on the colors. And well, hard. Wolfpack, hard. And well, hard. Wolfpack, hard.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the playing and singing of the United States Air Force song.
Of the
graduates will be dismissed momentarily. Families with graduates in the Drum and Bugle Corps are asked to wait for their graduates on the north side of the west bleachers while they secure their equipment. We ask that you refrain from running onto the retreat pad and please use caution when ascending and descending the bleachers. Town Pass ends at 2000 hours. When dropping off graduates, please stay in your vehicle. Family members are not authorized to enter any training area. Thank you and enjoy your stay at the 37th Training Wing, Lackland, Texas.